An estimated 110,000 people have packed the streets of Tel Aviv, in one of Israel's biggest anti-government protests in the past decade. The rally spread across the city center as banners were hoisted calling for an end to the ruling coalition, which is the most right-wing and religious nationalist in Israel's history. "This is a dangerous government," said Yara Ben Jeraloff, a teacher from Jaffa, a western suburb on the coast. "This government will not be any good for women, for LGBTQ, for the impoverished people and of course for Palestinians," she told the BBC. Organizers say they are trying to stop a coup taking place against the system of government. It is the second week running that mass protests have taken place in 4 different cities. Opposition leader Yair Lapid addressed the crowds in Tel Aviv, saying, "People who love the country, came to defend its democracy and its courts. We won't give up until we win," he said. It comes 3 weeks after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu returned to power, to form Israel's first stable coalition in 3 years. He said Israelis voted for a full, right-wing government and for security. His coalition contains far-right parties, including one whose leader was once convicted of anti-Arab racism, and another who is openly homophobic and misogynistic. Protesters accuse Mr. Netanyahu of threatening democratic rule, amid an unprecedented clash between the new government and Israel's judges. The coalition's planned reforms would allow it to override the courts if they strike down future laws. Opponents say this threatens Israel's democratic system of checks and balances. Critics also say Mr. Netanyahu, who is on trial for corruption, is trying to rein in the judges in an ultimate attempt to avoid going to jail himself. Many protesters also bitterly oppose positions from a coalition which includes overtly racist, homophobic and anti-Palestinian parties from the far right. When it took office, the government declared exclusive Jewish rights to all areas of the land, including the occupied Palestinian territories. Tal Medan, an interior designer from Tel Aviv, held a banner portraying Mr. Netanyahu and 2 ultra-nationalist allies as the cats trying to take the cream. "I think what they are doing is morally and ethically wrong," she told the BBC, holding her baby son Michael. "I hope I'm not going to cry, but we gave a lot to arrive at this country.